What's cooking, everyone? Since you've all been asking for some more dessert recipes, that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Mini tiramisus, which is just a straight god tier dessert. I mean, you got that cheesy texture, that intense espresso flavor, along with a little bit of cocoa. I mean, it's honestly just mind-blowing stuff. You gotta learn it, you gotta make it. Just let the recipe speak for itself. Let's get started.
せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Alright, Bao Beis, let's get started. We're gonna begin by making some espresso, and this is some pretty intense stuff. You want that bold flavor for this. The stronger, the better. And just look at that yummy stuff. Around 2 cups here. We're just gonna put that in a bowl. Add in a generous amount of sugar and just a splash of the liquor of your choice. I'm using some good quality cognac here. Mix it up and set that aside. Next, we got some Nilla wafers. For the crust, I'm just using these because it has a nice color and flavor to balance out with the rest of the tiramisu. I don't like using ladyfingers for the crust because it's just too mushy, you know? So, throw them in a bag and just crush them up pretty well. We want these nice and fine. And next we're gonna add some butter into the cookie crumbles, and of course we're gonna cut it first to make it easier to melt. Just throw that in there, and magic. Microwaved for about 20 seconds, liquidy and ready to be poured inside the bag. And just crush those all together and combine them very well. The bag just makes everything very mess-free, easy peasy. Bam. Just like that. Bring out your silicone molds, and these work very well. I will link them in the description. And just start filling in a little layer on the bottom with each mold. I like to stab at it a little bit just to get rid of any big clumps. Then it's time to press down and just create a very perfect, even crust. Bam. These are ready to go. Just leave these in the fridge until ready. Let's move on. So we're starting the cake with a little bit of gelatin. Mix that with a little bit of water as well. Gelatin is very crucial here, especially if you're making little cakes like I am. It holds everything together so nicely. So just mix that up and then set it aside to let it bloom. It's time to start making our cream, which begins with 3 lovely egg yolks. So just separate that white out. And bam, throw that in a mixing bowl. Oh yeah, just look how vibrant that looks. Add in a little bit of sugar, and then you're gonna use a whisk and just briefly combine everything here. No need to overmix, you just wanna unite the egg yolks and sugar together. And once you get to this point, it's ready for the stove, where we're gonna double boil this over some boiling water, put the mixing bowl on top, and then just mix away. I keep this on a medium heat for about 4 minutes until you see this thick consistency and beautiful light color, then it's ready. Please don't overcook the egg yolks. That's like the easiest way to ruin your tiramisu. So after we get that done, we're gonna add some flavor as you see here with some vanilla extract and some liquor. Give it a quick mix. Set that aside and bring out our gelatin, which we're gonna mix in a dish with some hot water just to dissolve it real quickly back into a liquid state, and then we can throw it in our mixing bowl. So just stir that up. Switch that around to make sure that it's well dissolved, and in it goes. This is really gonna give it that consistency that we desire. Mix that gelatin all up in there. Yes. Now throw in our cheese mixture in increments, and I'm actually using a 50-50 ratio with both cream and mascarpone cheese just because I think it tastes so much better. And cream cheese is just ideal for that thick consistency, you know? And make sure you're smushing down with a spatula to get rid of any big clumps. And you can use a whisk and just briefly mix. Get it nice and smooth, and then just finish it off with the spatula. You don't want to overuse the whisk because it will separate all the fat from the cheese. So get it dripping, thick, yummy. That goes to the side. Bring out another bowl, and here we're gonna whip some whipped cream. We're using heavy cream here because why not? You know the drill here. Just mix that up. We're looking for a very medium peak. Throw that back into our bowl, and at this point with the spatula, we're just gonna start folding everything over, very gently combining everything into one cohesive mixture. It's already starting to look so beautiful at this phase. Back out with the molds, and it's time to start filling her up. Here is my weapon of choice. It's literally just a small spoon that I bent 90 degrees. Works so well, okay? And with that, we're just gonna plop in half of our cream inside each mold. And now with our spoon, we can kind of just go in a circle and smooth everything out just like this. So easy peasy, so fun to use. We got some lovely lady fingers, which I actually picked up at a local Italian market, so I know these are good quality. We're gonna break these in half and lightly dip them into our espresso mixture. You don't want to go overboard with this, but you do want enough flavor. So just like that, and place it straight into the molds. Now get our bending spoon back out and just fill everything up to the tippy top. And make sure you smooth it out as well. We don't want any air bubbles. You know what I'm saying? Final touch with our cake spatula just to ensure that perfect evenness. And now the worst part, we gotta leave this in the fridge and just wait. And here they come, they are ready for assembly. First we gotta bust these beautiful butterflies out of their cocoons. Very simple with these molds, you literally just push upwards and they come straight out. Super satisfying with a wonderful end product. So we're gonna add on some pretty easy decorating, starting with some white chocolate, which we're going to temper real quick in the microwave. Should be nice, liquidy, and shiny, just like this. Yes. Transferred into a piping bag, and then we're just gonna start making our shapes of choice. I'm just doing like some simple feather wings looking things here. I don't know, I thought they were a good idea, so you can do whatever you want, be creative with it. After about 15 minutes on parchment paper, they should come straight off, and bam, look at that. It's not bad, right? Let us assemble this darling. So first I got this little cap that I just found, and we're gonna place that straight in the center of the cake and start sifting a nice layer of cocoa powder straight on top. That looks nice to me. And this little hole in the center is crucial for this next step. We're just gonna add a little whipping cream fella right on top of her, and the hole in the middle will allow the whipping cream to actually stick to the cake instead of sliding off. Add our splendid white chocolate garnish right on top, or I guess behind. Smush on a little coffee bean on top. She's done, she's beautiful, she's ready. Oh man. You know, sometimes when you're making food and you're just not too sure how the end result is going to turn out, but then it turns out absolutely amazing? Yeah. Not that I would ever doubt that my cooking is amazing. This tiramisu slaps way too hard. You got the smooth cheese, but it's still thick enough that it has a really nice body for the cake, so it doesn't feel melty. You can really taste the whole substance of the cake when you bite into it. Very complete bite. That is a tiramisu to absolutely destroy at your next potluck. Or just make it and host it at your own house. Everybody's gonna want to come over. You're gonna be a celebrity. Wow. Super easy. I mean, really, the only hard part about this is probably just cooking the egg yolks. The most important thing there is just to not overcook it. So good. So good. Little white feather. There's really not much else I can say about this cake besides the fact that you gotta make it. I know you want to bite. Here you go. I'm gonna airplane it to you. Ooh. It's good, isn't it? That's it for this video. The flavor speaks for itself. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. We got the best turkey and ham recipe on the way. You don't want to miss out on that, I promise you. So, stay tuned. Peace out.
ふわふわるふわふわりあなたが笑っているそれだけで笑顔